Shit popped up. All right, welcome. We are back once again. Episode. Hey man, I just now noticed y'all. We've been doing this for over a year. Shout out to y'all that tune in and listen. Shout out to everybody that shares it in the group, man, and leaves comments. Talk to us, man. We enjoy the feedback from you guys. This is just as much your podcast as it is ours, man. We appreciate it. Tonight it's commissioners in here. We got T. What up, T?
What up, junkies?
We got Riggs,
What's go down, people?
AJ,
What's good? What's good?
and unfortunately we don't have Dino with us right now. Maybe he'll pop in later. We're not sure. Shouts out to the homie. You know he'll love to be here talking shit with y'all and listening to everything we got to say. We're gonna get right into it. I just want to address something real quick. I know a lot of times you guys tag us commissioners into a post, and we may not respond right away. That does not mean we did not see the post. That does not mean we're not working behind the scenes to get a situation rectified. We don't always post on the page or post on your comments because we don't want to blow it up into something bigger than it needs to be. We trying to keep a lot of that stuff from happening and blowing out of proportion and oh they always doing this and they always doing that. Please understand, a lot of times things are happening behind the scene that y'all may not see. That's how we like to run it. That's how we've ran it for the past, 3 Maddens now? And we've had a system that's worked pretty well. If you notice, our league is in year 6. We're still 32 people deep. We still have people wanting to play. We still have people wanting to get their games in. That's got to count for something. So please let us do what we do. I know it may get frustrating sometimes if we don't answer y'all back right away. It's not that we're ignoring you. It's not that we didn't see it. But we're working to rectify whatever the situation may be behind the scenes. And sometimes we may not answer because flat out it don't need an answer. That's just being honest. We grown men. Sometimes y'all got to work that stuff out for yourself. I know sometimes it get a little heated going back and forth. We try to abstain from that happening. And with this new update, hopefully that'll tune some of the issues of dropped games. They said that had to do with some of the lagging in this latest update Madden drop. So hopefully that pans out and we won't have those type of situations. We know everybody in here can beat ass. We know everybody can take an ass whooping. So I don't want to ever discount anybody from quitting a game because they getting beat down bad. I don't ever want to see that or say that happens. We've known it to happen. But I think we have a good group of people that are willing to play out their games and keep it funky. So I just wanted to get that out the way real quick. If y'all got anything else to add to it, go ahead. If not, we can go on with the podcast.
Pretty much hit all the points.
Appreciate it. T, Riggs, y'all got anything? Are we good there?
That's valid. Very valid.
Yeah, like Scott said, y'all make the post. You really don't need to make a post. Majority of the time, if you handle things in a private manner, in an inbox or DM, you'll get an answer much faster than posting it on the page.
Yes. Because you also got to remember, everybody works. everybody ain't got time to sit around and read a post and comment on a post all day. I know some days it'd be a little livelier on the page. We got a little bit of time, but everybody works. All the commissioners have jobs. All the commissioners got things they got to take care of outside of Madden Junkies. That's why there's 5 of us, so that way it can be worked on at some point in time. Again, this is a format we have. It works. It works well. We enjoy you guys being here. Please just let us do what we do. And no, I'm not calling out anybody specifically. I know somebody may take it to heart. I am not calling out anybody specifically. All I'm saying is just let us do what we do and allow things to pan out like they need to. That's all. That's all I'm asking. Real quick, shout out to Anthony Gray. He was a part of the league. He stepped away. We appreciate him coming in. We do have a new 49ers owner. Shout out to, his name's Kevin Taggart. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Shout out to him for joining us and coming into this, man. Again, you're talking about a league that loses a guy and we're able to find somebody just like that. That's because guys want to play in this league. There's a reason for that. And it starts at the top. Let's be real. It starts at the top. So we appreciate you guys being here. We appreciate you guys getting your games in. Again, man, we've seen a lot of games get played quickly this year. We've had some, we're right some things a little trouble in the water, but for the most part we kept the ship floating and going. And so we're gonna get right into it, man. I'm gonna start off with the up and up, man. And I gotta go with the Raiders. Raiders are up and up right now, man. They're 4-0. They had a big, huge pickup in the draft this past season, picking up Tyler, Tyler or Taylor? What's his name? Tyler? Or is that way off? Whatever his name is,
Quarterback from
Lawrence.
Clemson.
Yeah, Lawrence. He's been
Trevor.
putting up points. Trevor Lawrence. Why I get Taylor from, boy? I just get white folks any type of name. Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, we see him balling out first game through over 228 yards and a couple rushes. He's definitely got something happening there, man. Big wins. He had a big win against the Chiefs. That's his division. If y'all don't know, there's a side bet in the AFC West. Whoever wins that gets everybody's first round picks. And right now the Raiders are sitting on top. So shout out to them, man. Sitting at 4-0. They got a big week coming up next against the Chargers. Uh,
He's
shout
gonna
out.
trade some people.
Yeah, he probably will. Broncos
Man,
was looking good.
He's gonna have to because
Oh yeah, if he gets all four,
definitely
yeah.
has that trade. No, well, he also has that trade with the Vikings where he got that first
Oh
running
yeah,
back.
yeah. So he'll definitely. Y'all may want to holler at the Raiders if they win this division. They're gonna have some picks for you. Shout out to the Broncos. Well, I say shout out to this last game when they lost 9-12 to the Chiefs. After beating, I ain't gonna say blowing them out, but beating them 44-31 week one, and then to turn around and lose 9-12. That is not the way you want things to pan out for you. So we'll see. We'll keep a close eye on that AFC West, man. I think early predictions was Raiders was gonna take back that division. Chiefs said it wasn't gonna happen. We'll see what happens and pans out there. Anybody else on the up and up that y'all can think of?
Up and up. For me, I'm about to say the Cards. Still
Oh yeah,
undefeated. Came off a big win against the Browns.
absolutely, absolutely.
It's
Shout
got
out
that
to the
rookie
Cardinals.
Patrick Surtain the second
Yeah,
over there holding it down.
he's definitely had a shootout win in Green Bay where the Packers, like if you read the write up, I told y'all the Packers fight to the very end. And they fought to the bitter end of that one, man. They had the opportunity to sneak a win out of there, but shout out to the Cardinals for pulling off that win. And they've beaten the 49ers, who they has just got a new owner, so we'll see what happens next game for them. And a huge win against the Browns, and then they have a big game next week against the Eagles. I'm sure that's going to be a good game because the Eagles are definitely still a top defensive team, and we'll see what the Cardinals can do against that Eagles team. Um, Shout out to the Cardinals though, back into to looking like they're trying to run first place in the NFC West again. So we'll see what happens with the rest of their season. Should be a good one for them. Anybody else, or is that all we can think of?
That's all I can think of right now.
Okay. Well, we're gonna flip it to the other side. If you have an up and up, what else do you have? Hot trash, and that goes to that team in DC. We don't know what's going on there, but that's 3 straight losses. They just lost to the Lions, 10-15. Huge win by the Lions. Huge win by the Lions, who are coming off of being sick the last couple weeks. Shout out to Nate. Glad you seem to be feeling a little better, man. Glad to see you back playing. Good win. Good win. Going into halftime, it was 10-0, and he ended up losing 15-10. So heck of a game. Heck of a game. I don't know what's going on. Ooh, 5 picks will do it to you. 5 picks will do it. I don't know what's going on in DC, but they were coming off a great year last year, and they had a great opening win against the Jets. Well, a forced win. So not even really can't even say a great opening win. A forced win against the Jets, and then 3 losses in a row. A blowout by the Eagles, a reasonable loss to the Cowboys, and then a tough one to the Lions, and then they get the Cowboys right behind that again next week. So we'll see if the Redskins can bounce back. But for right now, in the first quarter of the year, welcome to the hot trash seat. Uh,
uh,
who else?
Shit.
Anybody else we got for hot trash?
Hot trash. From a resigning perspective, man, the Texans gonna have to get that hot trash.
Uh oh.
Clowney, get my man 100 mil. He's 30. Like, come on.
Ooh. We getting to it. We getting to it. Hold on. We'll go to these re-signings real quick. You said the Texans. Whoa, wow. 6 years,
That man
105.
105 mil.
Ooh, at 30? At 30, my guy? Yeah, there's some
No,
players
sir.
you gotta let walk. In 6 years, 105 million ain't gonna do it. That is not gonna do it. Oh wow, I don't even have words for that. I have no words for that. There are some big signings. We did see the Browns re-sign Kevin Dyer, 7 years, 114 million. I mean, when you got a guy that
That's a
moves
good
like that,
signing.
that's a great signing. Great signing. Keeps a nice receiver. I mean, probably one of the top receiving cores in the league together. We see the Browns also re-sign Pierce Wilkins, their free safety, 7 years, 69 million. Redskins, Josiah Mayberry, 7 years, 126 million. Was that the way to go after coming off of three straight losses? We'll see if that signing was worth it. We will have to see if that signing is worth it. Patriots, who seem to be, taking care of the East again in the AFC, re-signed Darius Hodges, 4 years, 43 million. Looked like that was a pretty good pickup for them. Oh my God, how old is Danielle Hunter?
Hunter, let me see. I can find it right now.
Probably
If
about as
he's
old as
if he's
Clowney.
if he's
He bet
over
not.
if he's
I'm
over
telling you, he's older than
if
Clowney.
he's
They're
over,
around the same age.
bro,
28, 28.
yeah, you got to catch that. 7 years, 120 million. 120 millions for a 28-year.
That's a lot.
Mm. Mm. Cowboys re-signed Kevin King and Artie Burns 3 year contract, 17.7 million for both of them. A lot of speed at corner. I kept them around. I do have some young guys, so we may see one or if not both of those guys moved this season. I don't know yet. Come holla at our front office. But Vikings, I don't know, man. They did come off a huge trade. For what his system runs, I'll say that's a trade maybe necessary for him. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
but you also got to factor in this new patch may mess with his scheme.
Yeah, because if that little man J.J. Taylor ain't loose, he might get popped one too many times, and he may be back to running back again. I don't know.
He basically gave the first one to Taylor Austin, a slower Taylor Austin.
I have to admit that's very true. That is very true. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes for him. The Saints did re-sign Derek Barty, 6 years, 114 million. When you're talking about probably one of the top five, if not top three receivers in the league, that was definitely going to happen. Shout out to Derek Barty getting that bag. Good re-signing, AJ. Had to keep that
Yes, sir.
receiving core intact too, which is why you see the Cowboys re-sign the two corners they re-sign. When you got to go up against a potential Barty, you got to have some speed on the field. Falcons re-signed their right outside linebacker Raphael Hodge, 5 years, 28 million. And how old is Sean Millie from the Bills? I feel like he's old.
I don't think so.
Hold on.
Well,
If
no,
he
maybe
gets
not.
re-signed, he probably has to be like 25,
Yeah, he might not be as old
26.
as I think he is. So 4 years, 42 million, 10 million, basically 10 mil a year. That's not bad. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
it's 25.
Oh, okay, that's a good re-signing then. Good re-signing for the Bills. Got a D. Definitely have to have a D line that can get you pressure and can stop the run. So shout out to the Bills with that re-signing. Um, Trades, like we said, the biggest trade was the Vikings and the Raiders. J.J. Taylor, who we saw get drafted by the Raiders, who I thought was going to be a nice compliment to Etienne. Raiders is a they especially with them being a run-heavy team, but I guess he did. He felt he could move on from him because looks like he's passing more for sure with Trevor Lawrence back there. So kind of see why they made that trade, and I mean to get a first round pick out of it. And when he took him, didn't he take him the second round?
Yeah.
Mm,
That's what I thought. I thought he did take him second
no,
round.
he was first round.
Or
Oh, he
late
was.
first.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was
okay.
late first.
So to get a first, yeah, that's even trade for them because they spent a first for him and got a first back. So we'll see what happens there. Shout out to the Chargers picking up a quarterback in Daniel Jones, who the Patriots have put up on the board, and they picked up a center too. So and the Chargers sent Austin Eckler and a third round pick to the Patriots. That was week one. And the Colts and the Vikings also made a trade. Like they just traded picks. Yeah, they just traded picks. And the Browns and the Saints made a trade to help both those teams get better in the preseason. Don't nobody care though. Screw both those teams.
Hater.
Pretty much, not gonna lie. Any surprises for y'all in the first quarter of the season, man? Any surprises as far as teams? I mean, we talked about the up and up with the Raiders and the hot trash with the Redskins, but any other surprises or any players you guys are on the lookout for to see what they're doing this year?
Mm,
I will say with the NFC, somebody gonna end up 13-3 and not make
Not
the
get in.
playoffs.
Yeah, yeah, and it's gonna be. I'm trying to think what division. Somebody's gonna come out of their division. The South will have a good record. East will have a good record. West should have a good record. The North. The North
oh
is
yeah.
where if somebody's gonna be 9-7 or 8-8 and come out of there with that because they always beat
Uh,
up on each other in the North. That's the one thing they always beat up on each other in the North. So I could see that being what happens.
yeah, I got a questionable team move.
Uh oh.
He tried to do what was best for his team. He tried to save some cap, trade for a quarterback, and I don't know if it's gonna pull out.
Who was that?
The Titans.
Oh, who did he trade for? Oh, he did trade for a quarterback, didn't he?
Yeah, he released Mariota to
Mariota.
save cap space because he didn't want to take that cap penalty, that
Right.
cap hit. Traded the Raiders for their quarterback, Chance
Oh
McCollum.
yeah, yeah.
Chance McCollum's a speed demon, but
Is that
he
gonna
has a
work?
Got the
decent
noodle
throw
one.
power. Yeah,
Yeah.
AJ throw power. It's not bad. It's not horrible, but
But for what he
it
likes to
hasn't
do.
it hasn't resulted in any wins yet. So I feel like he's having a rough patch trying to get used to this quarterback's playing style, learning the throws he can make. Because
Yeah.
tell you the truth, he's in the contract year. He's gonna get resigned. He's 88 overall. So I don't
Well,
think
he
he's
has
built
a
up.
he has a big game against the Texans this week, so we'll see what he. I mean, he's already lost one division game versus the Jaguars. Got humiliated by the Saints and caught. I mean, a good win versus the Bengals, who we thought were on the up and up. They've been kind of a disappointment this season. Uh, Over there seems to be a fire sale going on. So, yeah, like he said, if you need something, come one, come all, come look at that roster. But he has the Titans have the Texans next, so we'll see what happens there. That should be a good game. I think that may dictate the rest of his season. I know it's early, but I think
I I can disagree with you on that because we've seen what the Titans did last year. Started
true,
off kind of horrible and
true.
finished strong. He's really a second half team.
But okay, for the Titans, here's their next four games: Texans, Ravens, Browns, Broncos. I see it if it pans out how it's looking so far this year. The only win might be the Ravens, and I don't know. That's you going into Week 8 versus the Falcons. That's not an easy win either. Depending on if the Falcons are getting themselves together. So, I mean, he like I said, man. I mean, we've seen him, pull off a great second half of the season, but this next 4 games, he definitely don't want to drop those. That's I can say that for sure. You at least want to go 2-2. At least would be my assumption. So we'll see what happens there with the Texans, man. Um, I don't know. I think this year has been going by pretty quick so far. I think everybody's been playing fairly decent. Some guys got to figure some things out, new schemes maybe for their teams. We saw the Colts get a lot of re-signings or a lot of free agents, and it really hasn't made any difference for them. They lost a
What's
close one
that?
to the Falcons. They lost a close game to the Falcons. Blown out by the Browns. Blown out by the Jags. They going into a bye week, and then they have the Jets, Texans, Panthers, Texans. So we'll see what happens in their next 4 games as well. There's a lot on paper. The Colts are probably one of the top 5 teams in the league. On the field, they're in the top 2 worst in the league. So uh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it'll be fire sale in Indianapolis soon, or maybe they'll just say fire the coach. Who knows?
We haven't had one of those in a long time.
Man, we don't even have coach firing on, but if the people keep telling me in my ear to get rid of him, we might have to figure something out and get some competition in that for that team. Shout out to Jeff. I know you tried, but you gotta try harder.
Jeff gonna call you out. He'll be. He's. I can't wait to hear on my schedule.
Yeah, so you can lose. Get on your schedule and lose. He can call me out if he want when you ain't doing nothing. It don't doesn't really matter. Ah, let
Oh
me
yeah,
stop,
Jeff did.
man. Let me be
Jeff did
stop.
call me out. Jeff did call me
Yeah,
out.
that's what.
No, he said. He
It's.
said I'm doing a horrible job at tanking.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because nobody believes what you say anyway. Early league leaders in touchdowns, of course, Dwayne Haskins, 15. Mahomes with 11. Timmy Turner with 10. Scott Winslow with 10. On the rushing side of ball, we see Saquon Barkley leading the league again in rushing, or trying to lead the league in rushing this year. With this patch, I wonder if this patch is going to change a lot of things for some guys. We'll see. Because that fall forward animation is supposed to be kind of fixed and patched up now. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Touchdowns goes to not, of course, Najee Harris and Travis Etienne tied it with 8 apiece. Top receivers in the league, the rookie Donovan,
Woo!
the rookie Donovan People-Jones, 686 yards, but Jarvis Landry, the old vet, 679 right behind him. Franklin Newson, who the Raiders have been doing nothing but trying to throw deep to all year long, 631 yards, second year player. So we'll see what happens there with that team, man. The Raiders definitely have some weapons and firepower on that team.
Damn, my nigga ain't up there.
Donovan People-Jones trying to, I'd say probably front runner for rookie of the year. 7 touchdowns already. Justin Jefferson not too far behind and no with 6. And then Brandon Cooks in between them, tied with 7 with Donovan People-Jones. Defensively, leading in sacks right now, Jaleen Phillips for the Rams, who deploy a ridiculous blitz scheme. Tavon Bryan with the departure of Yannick. How you say his last name, Riggs? Ngoku.
Yeah,
Ngoku.
in Guapo, whatever. I don't know.
Well, some people looked at that OD line and thought it was all Yannick. Trust me, it wasn't. You got Tavon Bryan with 8.5 and Dante Fowler Jr. with 8 as D linemen. Because the leader is a left outside linebacker, so that lets you know that's a lot of blitzing. And Hassan Reddick is an outside linebacker. So guys actually on the line. Again, the Jags are right there. Yannick's there with 7. Marquise Bright is right there. That's three guys for the Jaguars. So again, it wasn't just one guy. Those guys are coming off that edge, something serious down there in Saxonville, as they like to call it. Oh shoot, I didn't look at the interceptions. Who's leading the league in picks right now?
Ain't none of my guys.
Cause they ain't got time to throw. When you ain't got time to throw, it doesn't matter. Dante Jackson with 6 for the Vikings.
God damn.
Brad Stewart with 5 for the Eagles. Well, we can look at Dante Jackson. That may have been like in 1 or 2. Cause yeah, remember that was in one game. He had 4 picks in one game. His last game, and I believe that was against the Green Bay Packers. He had 4 picks. So we won't speak on that. So 6 picks for Dante Jackson, 5 for Brad Stewart, Marcus Peters with 4, and there's a lot of guys with 4 there. So we'll see how that pans out for the rest of the season, man. Is Dante Jackson trying to turn into a shutdown corner? We don't know. We'll see. I will say, man, there's been a lot of kick returns for touchdowns that I've seen in a lot of games. Khalif Raymond has 3 for the Vikings. Tank Mebane has 2 for the Packers. And there's quite a few with 1. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Oh, I did get 1.
Yeah. You talking about, goddamn, you one of them. But,
I didn't know. I'm not used to them shits, bro. I don't get them hoes.
Yeah. Well, that's
All
true.
run kicks.
Yeah. So, no punt returns for touchdowns, but people have definitely been using that kick return to their advantage and using those to stay in games, man. But those are your first quarter of the season leaders right there, man. Do y'all see any changes, or do you think everybody that's pretty much on top gonna stay where they at?
It could be some changes. I've seen teams go 7-0 and finish down there 500.
No doubt.
So yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah, I think the sack leaders may change.
Yeah.
And the interception leader may change. I don't know about as far as like the AFC Rookie of the Year. I don't know if that's going to change. Cause how Jones Peoples is just, he's just getting the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think I can be able to top that.
That
I can
guy.
match touchdowns. I don't think I can match yards.
Yeah. That's the scary part of that offense, and he's making it a point to get him the ball. And I think people understand that's what he's doing, and they still can't really stop it. So that's the scary part with that offense, man. We'll see what the
Stop
Browns
single
do.
covering him.
They'll figure it out one day. Right now the Cardinals are sitting at 4-0, Browns 3-1, Saints 3-1, Raiders 4-0, Jags 4-0, Rams 4-0. Out of the undefeated teams, who do you feel has a chance to go at least we'll say the next quarter of the season? Who has the best chance to go to 8-0 or 7-0 depending on where people's buys are? Who do y'all feel?
Shit, probably the Cards.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Rams.
You think the Rams can keep it up?
Yeah.
Well, they gotta face the Cards. So shit.
That's gonna be a heck of a game right there.
That's always like the best 2 games. Raiders, they're on a hot streak right now, so I don't know.
I think the Raiders depends on how well with the Broncos just losing to the Chiefs, man. I don't know if the Chiefs have enough to go. The weird part is the Chiefs have enough firepower to match you score for score, but they don't score. You know what I mean? they have the firepower to match you score for score. They just don't score. So I don't know what's going on in the Chiefs city, but I mean they did get a win against the Broncos, who obviously were looking good. I think the Raiders. I think if the Raiders and Broncos play in that next four, I think that game dictates who wins the division. Um, Jags obviously, I think they can still be undefeated at the halfway mark. And I gotta go. I
play the
gotta go with
Saints
the
next,
Cards,
bro. So I
man.
don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
you
I
play
play the
the.
Saints next.
Oh wow. Well, okay. Well, that's gonna be a good game. That'll probably be one of the games of the week. I agree with y'all with the Cardinals being 8-0 or 7-0 depending on where their bye is. The way they're playing is looking like they're getting back to the way they played before when they were a tough out. So it'll be interesting. T, what you think? You've been silent over there, man.
Shit. I really, I really ain't gonna comment because I ain't really been following a lot of teams.
Okay. Well,
But I do
I'll
think
let you go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I do say, as usual, I'm very optimistic. I do believe that the Vikings will falter
Okay.
midway through the season. They started off hot, but I believe they will falter as usual. So
Okay. Well,
Hey,
I'll let
quick.
you speak. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was about to say, speaking on that division, we Bears, man, playoff team, playoff
Oh, hot
contender.
trash. Yeah, they got to catch that hot
Yeah,
trash.
they're out there shitting bricks right now.
0-3. I don't even know who they play next, but it probably ain't good. Uh, this division, man, the NFC North, it's always a weird
he got me
division.
next.
Oh, so battle of the no wins. So
Somebody go get their
somebody got
first
to,
win, huh?
yeah, yes sir, yes sir. That could be the
And they
turnaround game
also
of the
have
season.
picks on the line.
Yeah, in that division they sure do. And right now the division, the Vikings are
Grayson,
2-0 in the division
three
right
and
now.
one,
Well, he's
three and
three and
one.
one, 3-1 overall, but he's 2-0 in the division. That's the
Yeah.
important part is the division. The Lions haven't played anybody. They're 0-0 in the division, and the Packers and Bears are both 0-1. So, but with anytime these four teams play each other, you never know what's gonna happen. You never know what's going. And with the coach like Nate with the Lions, it's gonna get interesting. It's gonna be a lot of trash talk. I can tell you all that much. So be prepared and be ready to tune in with your popcorn ready. With your popcorn ready. Let's go division by division real quick, man. Quarter of the way through, the Saints are leading the South. Do we see any change there?
Nope.
Nah.
No doubt, no doubt. NFC East, Giants are on top at 3-1. Cowboys behind them 2-1. Any changes? We see the Giants win this division.
Those first two can swap either,
No doubt,
and yeah, that can go either way.
no doubt, no doubt. I mean, I'm not gonna count the Redskins out, man. They did prove to have a good season last year. I just thought, hopefully they get it together. I don't know what's going on in
But
DC.
you said one of many? One season out of how many? I'm being nice.
Yeah, you are. See, I'm out here trying to be humble, and I'm trying to be nice, and you gonna make me,
Hey,
you gonna make the old
hey,
Scott come out. You gonna make the old Scott come out.
we can go. We can call one of our interns up. We pull up the podcast when you was talking mad.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying, man. Okay. See, this is what I told folks. I told folks get one little season and think they do something, and now look at them, bottom of the barrel. 11-5 last year. Now you start off 1-3. You two losses away from the same record you had from how many losses you had last season. That ain't good. You don't want to be that close. You don't
He
want to
gonna
be
beat
you
your
don't want to be that
ass.
close. We play next. We play next. You already know
I
what
know,
it is.
bro. He gonna beat
Yeah,
your
okay.
ass.
Okay. Well, tell him. All right. I ain't gonna say nothing else because we probably gonna be playing. When the push? The push is tomorrow, right?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow too. Yeah, okay. That game will probably be played nice and early.
Hey,
Cardinals.
I ain't gonna lie. Y'all Cowboys, y'all doing something nice. You cut down your turnovers and that help improve your
Appreciate
record.
it.
You started off
Appreciate it.
bad.
Yeah, I did. I did. The first game of the year was a bad game by us. Very bad game by us. I will take full responsibility for that game. Giants came out and beat the brakes off me with their third string quarterback. I had to take that one and eat it. That's all I can say. Yo, I didn't realize the Cardinals and the Rams were this damn near matched, man. Points for Cardinals 131, Rams 134. Points against Cardinals 68, Rams 64.
But who have they played?
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, the Cardinals have two division wins, so they played the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Let's see.
And
I
the
was gonna
Rams
play them.
have one division win, and I think they beat the Seahawks. But the Rams just also came off beating the Falcons too. But I mean, every year I try to give the Falcons props and things, say they're gonna do something, but they let me down. So I don't know if I can even root for them to do anything anymore, man. Seriously, I mean, we said he had to go young. He went young, and it's helped. But I don't know, man. I don't know. When you got guys that are used to playing with veteran type players and not really building players, I think you see what the outcome. I think that's the outcome for the Falcons, man. No disrespect, but I just haven't seen him build anybody. I've seen him take vets and have good teams with veterans. The man's still playing Julio Jones. I mean, need I say more? But both the Cardinals and Rams are 4-0, man. I believe they probably playing these next four sometime soon. If not next, is it next game? I don't know. I don't know. But do y'all see the Cardinals? Or I think I'm with AJ, like he said, with the NFC East. I think those two teams can flip flop very, very quickly. So
Yeah, I'll see them flip flop once they get their two games out. They'll probably split. No telling the truth. They'll probably
yeah,
split though.
take care of home field, win at home. But I mean, if somebody can pull off the double win and get both of those, then that's probably definitely who will win the division. But if it's split, man, that's gonna come down to records and who they've played and who they've lost to. If they lose, I don't. I mean, obviously somebody's got to take a loss. Well, at least one. So we'll see. Let's go to the AFC side, the West. 4-0 Raiders, 3-1 Broncos. Let's see. Raiders are 1-0 in the division. Broncos are 1-1. Chiefs are 1-2. So, and Chargers haven't played anybody, but I think the Chargers play Raiders next. I think. But right now I'm gonna ride it with the hot hand of Trevor Lawrence and say the Raiders win this division, man. I think I see the Raiders pulling off this division right now. Especially with the Broncos
Yeah,
losing to the Chiefs, man. Those are games you can't lose. You can't lose games like that, man. 9-12, 9-12, my guy. I don't know, man. I don't know.
he put up
Uh,
151 points. God damn.
yeah, he's slinging that rock with Trevor Lawrence, man. He had the last game I just seen him play against the Bills. He had a lot of picks. He had a lot of touchdowns. He had a lot of yards. Some of those picks where I'm just trying to get it up to one guy, and that's what's going to happen when you play games like that. But when you have a young team and a young quarterback and you're trying to build them, sometimes you just got to let him go out there and sling that rock. And he's got a great running back in Etienne, and it's not like he's still not feeding that guy either. So he's 4-0 for a reason. We'll see what happens the rest of his season, man. AFC East, Patriots are 3-1. They're 2-1, and they have a loss in the division, I believe, to the Dolphins, if I'm not mistaken. So they're beatable. So that East might switch up too, man. The Dolphins and Patriots might be headed for a dogfight. The Jets, I know he's still trying to figure out his team. Hopefully Kyler Murray will come on, but I know this last game he played, Kyler Murray did not look good. Did not look good against the Patriots. AFC South, Jags are 4-0. I don't see that changing. I think it'll be Jags division again. It'll just be interesting to see what happens with the Titans and Texans. Last year, those three teams made the playoffs out the South. Will that be the same case this year? I don't know. AFC North, Browns got this by a long shot. He's 3-1. The rest of his division is 0-3. So the AFC North is officially the worst division in Madden Junkies this year. Sorry it had to be said, but
Trash.
it's the hottest trash of the trashiest trash of the AFC this year.
From one of the best
To one of the
one of the
worst.
worst.
But we ain't gonna speak on that. We're gonna leave that alone for reasons. But let's see these upcoming games. We'll talk about these next few games. Uh, Next week
Oh God.
you got. Man, you don't really have nothing good. Bears, Packers. Somebody will finally get a win. Raiders and Chargers. Will the Raiders take control of that conference? Eagles and Cardinals is going to be a good one because the Eagles, again, great defense, horrible offense. So we'll see if they can slow down. And then obviously Jaguars, Saints, possible preview for the Super Bowl. Ooh, Patriots and Browns. That's going to be a good one too. Ooh, we got a couple good
Some
games.
decent matchups.
Yeah, those are some pretty high profile matchups, man. So if y'all get a chance, definitely tune in, man. That's what's coming up next week, week 5. Um, y'all got anything else? Think we pretty
No.
much hit on everything.
Yeah, I think you pretty much covered it.
All right. Well, all right, T. We ain't really hear much from you tonight, but go ahead with your final words for us, man.
Final words is worry about your own organization. Stop worrying about the next man organization. Stop worrying about the next man playing his games. Play your games. Stay out of other people's business. That's all I got.
What you got, T? Or not T, my bad. AJ.
Schedule your games. And if you schedule them in a private manner, let somebody know so you don't get sent. Thank you.
Good point, AJ.
Yep. Yep. Riggs, what you got for us?
We're moving along pretty fast here, guys. Remember, read the rules, understand the rules.
Yes.
That's all I can
Yes,
say.
yes, yes. Please do that. I don't care if you getting beat. On piggyback off that, even if you getting beat down and you violate a rule, that's still a rule violation. It don't matter if you're getting beat down or not. You still violated a rule. I don't understand why y'all have fits about that. A rule violation is a rule violation, whether you blowing somebody out or whether or not you losing by a lot. If you violate a rule and somebody points it out and we, the commission, find it to be valid, it is a violation of the rules and you're going to catch whatever the penalty is. So I don't want to hear, oh, I'm getting blown out or, oh, the game was over. It don't matter. A rule, there's a reason why we have rules. Again, from the beginning of this podcast, I say we've been doing this for a while. We've been doing this for a while. We know it works. Do we get it right 100% of the time? No. Sorry, we're human. Human error. We don't. But we have a pretty good track record of getting it right. Because again, how many other y'all leagues are still 32 deep in year 6? How many of y'all leagues still going after the Super Bowl? That's all I'm going to say about that. My bad, Riggs. I didn't mean to cut into your final words, but anything else?
No, you good. That was good. That
All
was
right.
good.
All right. Again, man, as we always say, we appreciate y'all being a part of this. We appreciate y'all tuning into this podcast. We would just be talking to the air if y'all didn't listen. So I appreciate y'all listening. Again, if you have comments or you want to come on, please hit a commissioner up. We want y'all on here. We want y'all to talk y'all shit. I know some days it may not line up right. We try to get it as lined up as we can. If we got to push it back to make sure you can get on, we'll try to do what we can. We want y'all to come on here and this is y'all chance to speak your mind. Let's talk about your team. Let us know what's going on in your organization. What your thoughts are going on with the teams in your division. Are you gonna beat them? Are you 0-3 and gonna say and come on here and tell us you gonna run the table on your division? Come let us know. We don't know what's going on. I mean, you see some guys write little things up about their team and do write-ups on their team. We encourage that, man. It's all fun. If you don't do it, it's nothing to take away if you don't do it. If you do it, man, we gonna comment on it and have fun with it. We just like to have fun, man. We try to make this as hands-on, and we try to make this as immersive as possible for everybody. And we appreciate y'all coming in and playing your games on time. Circumstances are going to call for some forces and stuff, but for the most part, it's because schedules don't match up. It's not because guys aren't playing or guys are quitting or not communicating. So I appreciate that. I commend y'all on that for getting these games played, getting them played quick. We know we're in the next probably 30 minutes. I'm going to see somebody say early push. Y'all are ready to get it in. We know that's what it is, man. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for tuning in again. And y'all know how I end it. How about them Cowboys?